So this week's record of the week is Midnight Boom, which was released by The Kills in 2008. Now the album is an indie rock project that kind of exists in its own world and really encompasses the essence of what really makes me excited about music. The record's title refers to the time of midnight to 6 a.m., which is the time that the band got together late at night in their apartments and wrote most of the material for the record. Actually, the story goes that Jamie Hintz and Alison Moss Hart formed the band because they lived on apartments one on top of each other. Both being musicians, one would inevitably be recording or rehearsing, and the other one would, and inevitably through the thin floors, they would be able to hear each other play. So being in such a close proximity to each other, Alison Moss Hart eventually reached out to Hintz and asked, hey, do you want to come over? I've been listening to your music, I can hear you rehearse, why don't we go write together? Which is really a cute and intimate story as far as band formations go. I mean, imagine hearing someone either above you or below you play music and all the off notes and different ideas and whatnot, and deciding to reach out and see what would happen. But either way, thus formed the band The Kills. So the album's mood is emotional. It has this energy that can be raw and punky, and it's sometimes frankly sexual. It's very obvious to me that these artists had writing styles that really complemented each other. They were able to break down a lot of walls and form a really close relationship at a very early stage of knowing each other, and I think that really reflects on the record. This is The Kills' first album that landed on the US Billboard 200, peaking at number 133, and honestly, for an indie rock band, that's really impressive and fantastic. So overall, the record has this infectious groove that's like perfect for a car ride before it kind of hits you in the face and really amps things up and gets really wild. Being a duo, the band does a really great job of stretching their creative ability both within the studio and without. On top of that, Alison Moss Hart is an absolutely stunning performer. I mean, she is just absolutely amazing on stage. Her energy is so infectious and wild and chaotic, and is a major inspiration of mine. What she does, how she writes, is something that gets me to listen and watch again and again and again. But my favorite tracks on the record would have to be Getting Down, Sour Cherry, and Alphabet Pony. For my rating, I'm gonna have to give this one an 8 out of 10. It is an absolutely incredible record. I will say though, it is indie, so just by definition, it's kind of not for everyone. The pacing is really good for most of the record. I will say that a couple of just small critiques is that there's a midpoint section in the record that's almost too good. And I wish they would have rearranged some of the songs as far as like a pacing goes. There's a stream of like these 4 songs and they hit you in the face back to back and they're really exciting. And then I think because of that, the couple of songs that go after that point in the record kind of just wind down and takes your attention out of it. But still, really fun. I mean, I think the record only goes 37 minutes long, so it's short, it's sweet, it's really fun to listen to, and at the end of it, you'll want more. But there is the record of the week. As always, I'll be posting about it a little bit more on my story as I dig into it. As always, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, want to get into the conversation, please continue to do so. I want to say that you guys are starting to reach out and you're starting to give me recommendations, which is just filling my soul, and I'm really having a lot of fun doing this. But there it is. As always, if you have time, feel free to listen with me.